Hey everybody, and welcome back to Ready Steady Play, and today I'm going to be doing a playthrough of the solo mode of Legacy of Thracks. Now, if you haven't seen my comprehensive rules and setup video, it might be worth checking that out, but I'm doing this in tandem with that. In full disclosure, I made that rules video on commission, but this playthrough I'm doing just as a demonstration to show you guys the game, because I thought, while I have it, I might as well play it. So let's get stuck in, and I'll tell you a little bit about Legacy of Thracks. So, as you can see here, what we've got laid out before us is a fantasy world. This is the mythical land of Drakia. And actually, we can come down here and see our wizard here, Adriel, who's about to go onto an adventure into Drakia. You see, we've got a problem, and the problem is Mordred, the leader of the army of shadows, who wants to cover all of Drakia in darkness. Now, there's a big, long, rich lore to fill out the backstory between Adriel and Mordred, who's actually Adriel's brother. But we're going to keep it brief here as we focus on demonstrating the game and the game mechanisms. Suffice to say that there is another land where Adriel and Mordred's sister, Arwell, lives in Dimara with the Adriel, a mythical race of powerful beings who may just be able to help Adriel and the mages stop the shadow from destroying Drakia. Now, if we're going to get into Dimara and seek aid from the Adriel, we're going to need to prove our worth by holding off the shadow and accomplishing various feats all around Drakia. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to prove our glory in battle. We're going to collect these ancient relics that belong to the history of Drakia. We're going to collect these magical crystals in order to complete these quest cards. By combining all of these great feats, each time we do that, we can overcome one of these magical barriers up here at the top of the board. And every time we overcome one of these, we make our ascent into Dimara that much easier. But of course, we've got the shadow forces of Mordred trying to stop us. And down here are his cards, and each turn he's going to flip over a new card, which is going to prevent hazards that are going to stop us from achieving our goal. And the very first thing you're going to do when you play is you're going to pick the difficulty and the length of time you're going to play. Now, the game comes with many different game modes, and as I said, here we're using the solo mode, which draws on elements from all the other game modes. There's a basic game mode in which you're going to learn how the board functions and the various actions work, and you're going to get introduced to all these cards. Once you're familiar with that game mode, you can take on the clan mode, in which you'll take on the asymmetrical powers of the different clans. You see, I'm Adriel and the Mage Clan for the purposes of this game, but you could also play as Hector and the Warriors or Gimdro and the Engineers. In the basic game mode, they will all be the same, so it doesn't really matter who you play as. They might as well be player colors. But in the solo mode, we're going to draw on the asymmetry of the clan game mode, and I'm going to be the mages. I'm going to put these little tokens out here on my skill tree. These are skills that I can develop over the course of the game by performing a specific task. Then there's the shadow game mode. And it should be noted that in the clan mode you can actually play as Mordred and the Shadow as well, but Mordred is equally balanced with the other three clans, and they all function very similarly, although Mordred's still a little different. But when you're ready, you can escalate to the Shadow mode, and Mordred takes on an entirely new dynamic. They become much more powerful, and the three clans, or two or one clan player, will have to work together to thwart the player who's playing as Mordred, who will be significantly more powerful than the others. But there can still only be one winner, either Mordred or one of the clans. And so you have to work together to stop Mordred from winning, but you also still have to stay ahead of your erstwhile allies. So in the solo mode, we're going to borrow the super powerful form of Mordred here and this shadow board, which is introduced in that game mode. And we're going to introduce these event cards, which are a way of automating that player. So I'm taking on the mages from the clan mode, and I'm fighting against Mordred from the shadow mode, and I'm all on my own. So wish me luck. And the very first thing we're going to do, as I said, is pick a game length and a difficulty. There are 3 game lengths, which you can see indicated on these tiles, and also by this tracker here. So what we've got are Rush, Normal, and Epic. And each one changes the number of rounds you'll play. In the Rush mode, you play 6 rounds. In the Normal mode, the game ends after 9 rounds. And in the Epic mode, the game ends after 12 rounds. And based on which game mode we choose, we'll put out one of these tokens. I'll show you where in just a moment. Because we're going to pick the difficulty as well. We've got here 4 difficulty tiles. And I'll show you here on my camera how we tell the difference between the difficulties. So you can see these are actually the magical barriers. And the difficulty is essentially how difficult it is to get past these magical barriers. And the band at the top is the difficulty. So this green one's the easiest. This black one is the hardest. That's Nightmare. And then yellow is normal and red is difficult or hard. So I think we're going to try hard in this game mode. Just because I want to show you a bit of a challenge. I don't know if I'm up to it. Possibly I'll just die horribly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that difficulty band and we're going to put it out here. Unfortunately I don't start with this, so that has to go away. And we're going to play the Rush mode. So I'm going to put this Rush token out here. So as you can see, we only have to complete half of the magical barriers. But we only have 6 days in which to do it. So now that we've picked a game length and a difficulty, we can put the rest of these tokens back into the box. And in the solo mode, our hero, Adriel, and this lost soul start in our capital city in the corner of the board here. If you wanted to play as Hector, you'd be up here in the warrior's capital, and if you're Grimdro, you'd be down here in the engineer's capital city. And so here we've got Adriel, the leader of the Mage Clan. We're going to be setting out on our journey to try and stop Mordred, the Shadow Leader, the Shadow Hero, if he can be called that. And here we've got our Mordred figure. Now in all the other game modes, Mordred would start in the Shadow Capital, which is up here under my face on the game board. But in this game mode, he starts in the center of the board in what is known as the Source of Life. And down here we've got a lost soul. And in the lore of Drakia, all of the humans will start to exhibit superpowers. And based on these powers, they'll join one of the clans. You know, the warriors exhibit great strength and hardiness. The engineers, great insight and intellect. And the mages command over the elements and the weak-minded. So that determines which clan you join as things ramp up. But anyone who does not start to exhibit superpowers is known as a lost soul and wanders Drakia, seeing if they can aid the clans in any sort of way, looking to serve themselves. And you can see here, he's, if you can indeed see him, that he is armed with a pickaxe, and his primary objective is we can use him as a figure on the board to activate these different locations, including these magical crystal mines as well. So we are ready to begin. The very last thing I have to do is draw a hand of my starting cards. We've got here 4 decks of cards. So we've got my action cards here. These are the mage specific ones. Each hero has their own deck. In the basic game they're all shuffled together, but in the clan mode we play with them asymmetrically. So I get 1 mage action card to start the game. I get 1 battle card, which we're going to use if we battle. There are 2 ways for me to enter battle. Either I attack Mordred directly, or I go and siege his capital. And finally, I'm going to get a quest card as well. And I'm going to turn these all face up so you guys can see them, because we're playing solo. But if we were playing in the competitive mode, these of course would be kept secret in my hand. So we can put them over here on Grimdro's capital. He's not going to be here to use it. So we've got here a teleport ability. This looks like it's going to be pretty useful. It says, you may place your hero on a village or relic location. Well, that's super useful, actually. I'll explain more about that in due course. We've got here a battle card. It's got a 2 on it, and it's actually a bonus for engineers, this card. As you can see in the top left, that's the engineer symbol, and so this card would be worth 4 if you're an engineer. There's also a blessing at the bottom, which we get the blessing whether we win or lose in battle, but this one says, if you win the battle, gain 2 glory points instead of 1. So this card's no good if we lose, unfortunately. And here we've got a quest. So this quest card here says you got to have 3 relics. And if you do have 3 relics, you can pay a green crystal and a red crystal, seen here on the top of the card, in order to complete the quest, which helps us overcome a magical barrier. Now, the thing is, as a mage, I love relics, so I'm quite pleased to see this quest, because this is quite achievable for me. I'm going to be getting relics anyway, I suspect. So, let's go ahead and take another look at the game here. I lied. I said I had one more thing to do, which was draw my cards, but I actually have to give the shadow player some cards as well. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one here on this orange one face down, or green and yellow, sorry. One here on the green and yellow space face down, one here on the red and purple space face down. These I realize are the wrong way around, so let me fix that. And finally we've got a black space here as well, where we're going to put one face up. So I'll walk you through this, because I'm going to be thinking about this the minute we start. So all of his cards have the same 4 sections. The top section is showing an increase in shadow power on the left and victory points on the right. Then below it, we see his movement instructions for the round. Below that, an event he's going to trigger after he moves. And finally, another event he'll trigger at the end of the round. There's also a space in the bottom left for battle cards, but we don't need to worry about that right now, because that's only used when we're battling, and we won't actually use it on this card. So let me explain a little bit more about what I'm trying to do, and then we can look again at this card. So, I have to get to Dimara, and I have to get there before round 6. This means that I have to get along the magical path here into Dimara at the end of the magical path. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to achieve these goals around the board that I sort of described thematically earlier. And you'll discover what they are as we go, but I'm going to be doing it by managing resources and taking actions and journeying around the board and interacting with the locations. Every location on the board has a different function, which are indicated here on the back of the player aid. So I can explain these locations as we go along, but realistically, what I'm going to have to do if I'm going to get into Dimara is I'm going to have to accrue glory, I'm going to have to complete quests, I'm going to have to gather relics, and I'm going to have to capture fortresses or battle with Mordred directly. Now, I have to get into Dimara in order to win. If I don't get along this magical path, then I can't win. And what's going to happen is I'm going to have to journey through this gate, which is going to cost resources, along this path, which is going to cost resources, and then I'm going to step onto the first space here, which is going to cost the resources seen above, which is health at the bottom and gold at the top. So those are kind of my main 2 resources. Gold is the most important resource, but health is also an important consideration when doing this. Now, I have a maximum of 5 hit points, unless I can figure out some kind of special card to help me. So, realistically, I need to complete some of these barriers in order to get to the end of the magical path. And the way I complete the barriers is, as described earlier, I get to put out my player tokens, and if I have a token there, I can skip it. So I can pay the cost at the top, or I can have completed it already, and then I can skip over it as I make my way to the end to Dimara. I have to get to Dimara if I'm going to win, but then I also have to have victory points greater than the shadow player's victory points. And that's the second consideration, because we're going to be tracking his points over here on Arwell's Blessing board, and so he's got a little ticker here that's going to go up, tracking his victory points as the game goes on. And when we get to the end, we're going to have more victory points than him, as well as be in Dimara. So his victory points are there on the right, and so he's going to get 9 if this card triggers. But we don't actually know if this card is going to trigger, so rather than looking at it in too much depth, what I'll do is I'll explain. We've got 3 colored spaces here, 2 hidden cards and 1 face-up card. When it comes to the shadow player's turn, I'm going to roll this die, which has 3 black faces, corresponding to this 50% probability. So we know that there's a 50% chance this card is going to trigger. There's also a 1 in 3 chance the green card is going to trigger, because the green card is yellow and green, 2 faces on the die. And a 1 in 6 chance the red-purple card is going to trigger, because there's 1 red-purple face here on this die. So we're going to throw the die and select the card, and 50% chance it's going to be a surprise, 50% chance it's going to be the card that we looked at and predicted. So what I can say is that this card gives him a huge boost to victory points, which is nasty. There's not a whole lot we can do to prevent that. We can, in fact, utilize Arvel's Blessing, So I should probably explain that. These are Arvel's blessings. She's got 3 of them. I'm afraid you can't read them on camera because the text is too small, but I'll give you a quick rundown as and when they come up. The bottom one here, we can pay gold to shut off the victory point gain on the Shadows card. So in fact, to turn off the 9 victory points, we'd have to pay 5 gold. Problem is, at the start of the game, we're only going to have 6, and that would basically be our whole first turn just to negate this card. So I don't think it's worth it. Because then we wouldn't be able to do anything, we wouldn't be able to start the game properly. So we'll probably just have to let him get those 9 points. He might not even trigger that card, and we don't pay for it until he does trigger that card. So there is, on a turn, 2 phases. On my turn, there's 2 phases. I'm going to have a turn, and then he'll have a turn. In the Shadow mode, the Shadow player always starts, but in the Solo mode, the player starts. And so I'll start with a production phase, and then I'll move into an action phase. The production phase is 2 steps. We're going to roll this production die, and based on what face it shows, we might restore any relics that have been collected off the game board, or any crystals that have been collected off the game board. But at the beginning of the game, all of the mines are full of crystals, and all of the shrines are full of relics, which means that we don't have to put anything out. So we don't really need to roll this on the first turn. There's also a possibility nothing gets replenished, and there's a little reroll face as well, but I wouldn't worry about this for now. We can skip over that the first turn anyway. And the second thing that happens is we're going to get a bunch of resources. So we get to have our player income, which is tracked here on this board. We've got a whole bunch of different resources. Now this is our glory, and this is going to tick up when we win battles and capture locations and things like that. And whenever we get to one of these highlighted spaces, we get to complete a magical barrier. So this is one way in which we can do that. It's a good way to do it. This is our hit points. Now this ticks down as we lose hit points. And it's not sort of hit points in a conventional RPG sense. It's a little bit more abstracted. We're going to pay hit points to capture locations like castles. This kind of represents us going to battle with the castle and taking it over at some cost. But we also will lose hit points if we battle Mordred and lose. Then we've got mana here, which is going to allow us to control the lost souls. And our gold up here, which is used to pay for a lot of things like capturing specific locations on the board, using locations like this tunnel here. It allows us to move between locations. Every time you journey between locations, you have to pay gold. And of course, you need it to pass through the magical barriers as well. And there is a cap of 10 gold, and then we start to accrue silver, which is a secondary resource. You'll probably not get silver, because you'll likely spend all your gold. But if you do happen to accrue silver, it's exactly the same as gold in every way, except it can't be used to travel here or overcome the magical barrier. So it's a little less good than gold, but in any case, that is pretty much... So we start with nothing, but in the first production phase, actually the very first thing we'd do is move on the turn timer, but we're not going to do that because this is the first turn of the game, so we're not going to move the turn timer, and instead what we're going to do is not roll the production die, because the board is full. So I'm just going to begin by grabbing my starting income, which is the 6 gold and the 2 mana. So that's standard. You always get 6 gold and 2 mana. But you can get additional gold by possessing castles. And there are ways to get additional mana as well. But those may or may not come up. We'll see what happens as we play the game. So now we have to come up with a strategy, and I think a good sort of starting point actually would be to work on our quest, because collecting relics is actually how the wizard levels up here on their leveling sheet, so that's a good thing to do, and we need 3 relics to complete this quest. We can also trade in relics to complete magical barriers if we collect enough of them, so that kind of fulfills a lot of different goals all at once. We'll have to send our little lost soul out here into the wide world to go and collect crystals for us, because our heroes can't actually mine the crystals themselves. So they can do other things. The relics can only be recovered by heroes as they head into the shrines. So we've got to work together, me and my little lost soul there. Now, I guess one thing to say is that you can see here these routes between locations, and as you travel between locations, you'll pay a cost that's equal to the number of steps on the route. So to travel from this tunnel to this shrine would cost 2 gold. But the Lost Soul pays 1 mana to simply move between 2 locations. So he could move up here for 1 mana. And it doesn't matter how many steps there are. Likewise, if you move down here to this portal, it would still be 1 mana, even though this costs 2 gold and that costs 1 gold. So it's kind of more expensive and complex for our hero to travel than it is for our little Lost Soul to travel around. But that is fine for now, because he's just going to go and collect some crystals. And I think we're probably going to send him up towards this red crystal, because we need that to complete our quest. We could send him over here for this green crystal, but then he's moving away from... Well, actually, let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to the red crystal. That's at least 3 turns. But we'll pick up this yellow crystal on the way. Alternatively, we can go 1, 2, 3, which is 2 turns, and then we'd have 1 more point of movement, but we wouldn't have a green crystal. We'd have to get one from somewhere else. Or go and collect this one. I mean, we could move over here, and then... Yeah, I mean, it's actually much over much. It's 3 turns to collect these 3 crystals. This purple crystal up here is a wild, so that's particularly useful. The other thing is we can always trade bits in over here at the market. This is a little market area down here in the corner. You can just about see it on this zoom in here. And we can always trade crystals for relics and vice versa in the marketplace as we want. We can also sell 3 cards from our hand for 1 gold, but that's rarely worth it, I think. Unless we've got lots of cards, which we're not going to have. Especially not on hard. Speaking of which, my demonstrative token must go away. I haven't got a free magical barrier, unfortunately. So, I'll leave my Lost Soul for now, actually, and I think I'm just going to start onto the board with my hero. And what I want to do is just start making my way into the center to capture these 3 castle locations, because owning the castles is how we get income. In the competitive game with other players, fighting over the castles is something that happens a lot. In this game mode, it's not too bad, actually. What's going to happen is this card, if it triggers, and we can't plan for the other cards, so we might as well just look at this card and have a look and see what's going on. So Mordred's going to move 2 spaces away from us and then block all location actions around him. That's not too bad. I'm not really too worried about that, because I'm sure I'm going to be able to find useful things to do even if he does that. But this kind of makes it more prevalent for me to get into the center and start doing things. The one kind of bummer here, actually, about Adriel's capital is that the first 2 movements are to mines. So the only paths kind of coming off my castle here are both paths leading to mines where the hero can't do anything. But do you know, I've just remembered that I have this teleport card, which is amazing, and I haven't actually seen before in my other solo playthroughs. So that's kind of amazing that this has come up. But I think we should just use this right away, because this will get us a real head start. Actually, this is actually super useful. That's a really lucky draw, now that I think about it. So let's play the teleport card here, and we can move to any village or relic location. So the relic locations are the shrines. If we go there, we'll get a relic. Villages are little areas that we can take control of by putting our little banners out. And if we take control of a village and we put our banner on it, then we get to have a village advantage card, which are these cards here. And each village advantage card gives you 2 things. You get the top. If you have each one is completely different. So you have to have a look through and see if you can find one that sort of syncs up with what your plan is. But the top part you get if you have the village, and the bottom part you get if you are either the clan shown on the right, or you control a number of villages matching the number on the left. So control 3 villages and you unlock the bottom power, or I get it automatically because I'm a wizard, or the mage. But in any case, you can lose these because villages are contentious, so someone can come and capture your village and then they'll take your card away from you. In the solo game, that may or may not happen because Mordred is automated, so we'll have to see. But there's a couple of village cards in here that are pretty good, so I want to see about getting those. But I think actually there's no rush for that necessarily, so I think we want to teleport even possibly to this shrine. So I'm going to collect this relic, and all of these are stored in our capital city to remind other players that they can come and siege us and take those away if they want. We don't want that to. So now I'm up here, and I'm facing off against Mordred over there at on the source of life. And I think I'm just going to go capture a castle. I think that makes the most sense to me. So it's 2 steps to move into this castle, which is going to cost me 2 gold. 1, 2. And because the castle is vacant, I don't have to capture it. If it was controlled by the shadow player, I'd have to be able to capture it to move in here, which means I'd need 2 hit points. It costs 2 hit points to capture a castle. I'll show you guys over here. So here is our player aid here, and you can see under castle there that the top orange symbol, that means it can only be captured by heroes. There is a way around this using the tunnels, where the Lost Soul can capture castles, but we'll deal with that if it comes up. The symbol below means it costs 2 hit points, so I'm going to have to lose 2 health in order to siege this castle and take it over. And if I do, I get an action card and 2 gold, and then I also get 2 gold per turn so long as I control the castle, which is really why we're here. That gold income is going to be essential to doing well. So I'm going to lose the 2 hit points, 1, 2. I'm going to put my little banner out here, and I'm going to get 2 gold, so I'm back up to 6. And I'm going to gain another action card. Hopefully it's as good as teleport. It's Magnet. Receive 1 gold from the supply, and you may steal a relic from an opponent. Ooh. Well, now, I also forgot to do something when I collected this relic, which was to improve one of my 2 skill trees. So these are my 2 skill trees as the mage. I can advance up either one, and I can only achieve 1 advancement per turn. So I advance whenever I acquire a relic from anywhere other than the market. So I can't trade for the relics, but any other way and I can get a relic. So I'm going to advance up here 1 step, because I really like this rush and charisma ability here for the solo mode. So hopefully I can get to those in 3 and 4 turns and make some use of them before the end of round 6. Now I could play this magnet card I've just drawn in order to get another relic, but I'm not in any hurry, and I don't need the gold right now, so I might wait, because I can use this to advance up here. So if there's a turn where I'm not going to get a relic by any other means, this card can actually help me to advance on my skilled board here without having to worry about things too much. So I'll hang on to this action card for now. If I need that gold, I might play it before I need the relic. We'll see. We'll see. Keep it and remain flexible. We're not anywhere near doing our quest anyway, so that's fine. And now I'm going to spend... I've got 6 still. If we can get another castle, that would be absolutely superb. I mean, we can, so I don't see why we shouldn't. But if we do, then basically the only thing we're going to be able to do is to go and heal. Because you can't go down to 0 hit points, and if you wind up on 1 hit point, then the only thing you can do is go and heal yourself somewhere where you can heal. And the best places to heal are these healing fountains here. They put you right back up to full health, but you can also gain 1 hit point at the source of life, but if I do wander in there, I'm going to have to battle Mordred. The other thing is I can't take any location actions before I heal, so I'm going to have to... I mean, it's a shame he's there. Maybe we should fight him first, actually. It would be... Because we have to go to... if we're going to this castle or this castle, like, we could go via the source of life and fight him. But he'll probably win. I only have 5 combat power, and... I mean, actually, we could get around to this castle fairly easily. And that would take us via the academy. So that's 1, 2 gold, 3, 4 gold to pick up a card, 5 gold, then we conquer the castle. But I don't think we can enter the space with Mordred if we're on 1 hit point. So I think what we're going to have to do is, yeah, I think, let's see, what's the cheapest path? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 to this healing shrine. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this side of the board. There's a lot of fortresses over here, though, so it is a good way to get glory. Ah, why is he here? I can't... yeah, I'd have to move him before visiting the castle. So the reason I was thinking about going via this academy is I could pick up another battle card. But in my current state, I don't think I can beat him in combat. So moving him off the Source of Life is not really a viable option. It's a nice possibility because when we step on there, we get 1 health back. So that would be nice, but we'd have to move him first. Which we can't do. What we probably do, I think we probably swing around to this castle here, capture it, and then just head up here to this shrine and heal, call it a turn. I think those are our best options. You know, next turn we can come back, grab this village, we can, or maybe we can grab some of these fortresses. They help improve our combat power. I like to beat up on Mordred, and also glory is good. So, yeah. Let's call that a turn. What are we on? 6 gold. So we'll spend a gold. We'll move in here. I'm going to spend 2 gold to draw another quest card. So we go down to 3. Are we going to have enough? 4, 5. Leaves us on 1. And then we get 2 back. 1, 2. It's not enough to get to the healing shrine if we buy a quest card. That means next turn we'd have to go in and out of the healing shrine. What a bummer of a turn. Okay, I guess we don't buy the quest card? What a bummer. I guess we can go via the shrine to somewhere else. Yeah, okay, let's just end our turn on this village then. Why not? So we spend 2 gold to buy a quest card. Now you can spend 3 gold to draw an additional quest card and choose one. But I'm not going to do... Do you know what? Sometimes it might be worth doing that. Because... if we get one that we can't do, that's a waste of money, isn't it? Yeah, it's not... it's indicated here on this gold line here under Temple. You can see there's a little line there. So 2 gold gets you 1 quest card. 3 gold lets you draw 2 and pick one. So... gold is so precious, though. No, I'm going to gamble. I'm going to risk it. We're on hard mode. We don't have time to be messing around. What we got here? Treasury again! No, I didn't just... oh my god, that's awesome. Okay, yeah, let's see if we can get the crystals and then just complete them both at once. Can't believe I got duplicates. That's so funny. Alright, we'll go down here. That's a gold. We'll go up here. That's a gold. And then we're going to spend 2 hit points to conquer this castle. I get to put my little banner out. And now I'm on 1 hit point, so I can't do anything until I get some more hit points. I can't do any location actions. I can't really do anything unless I heal. And the only ways for me to heal are visiting here and visiting here. And he's there. I mean, other people have action cards and stuff that heal them. I don't. So I can't do that. But I do get 2 gold back from conquering this castle, and I get 1 more action card. Be a good one. When your hero or a lost soul stands on the market, take 1 item from the market. Yes, that is great. I love that. Awesome. It should be noted as well that mana is worth a victory point at the end of the game, which is potentially really good. I'm going to spend at least 2 gold here. I spent 2 to go 1, 2 up to here. I'll keep my last gold to hang out here. And now I'm down to just 1 gold. What I'll also do is spend 1 of my 2 mana. And we'll move our lost soul out into the world. And I think we decided he was going to go up via the... we need now 2 red gems and 2 green gems in order to complete these 2 quests. So I can pick up 1 of those 2 from here. So maybe it is actually worth going around the bottom to get a green gem. And we go boop, boop, all the way up to here to get a red gem. Then we can even pass over here to get a green gem and back down here to get another gem. I mean, it's a big loop. It'll probably take him like 3 rounds. But he'll get 5 gems for us, and we don't have to go over there. So yeah, let's give that a shot. So I spent my 1 mana. He walks over here and he picks up this green gem. Now I could spend another mana to move him up here, but I don't see any point because we don't know what exactly Mordred is going to do. We think he might do this, but he might do this or this. So let's leave him here for now, and we'll still have that mana. We can still move him next turn. He can still collect those gems, or we can use it to change our minds. So with that, that's the end of my turn. Now we're going to go and see what Mordred's going to do. I'm going to throw this die, and it's yellow. So he's not doing the thing we know about. He's doing this unknown thing here. Uh-oh. Alright, what we got? So we got 3 shadow power and 7 victory points. So I shall show you now. I'm going to leave this... no, I'm going to keep it hidden. I don't know what it says yet. But we're going to go over here. I'm going to give him 3 shadow power. So this goes from 0 to 3. When that reaches 9, what's going to happen is he's going to play one of his... Oh, you can't see them off camera. One of these super powerful darkness cards. And I don't know... I've seen some of them. They're pretty bad. I hope he doesn't play bad ones that are too bad. I hope he doesn't even get to 9, but he probably will. He also gives me a curse token when he gets to 9. Curse tokens are things he deals out, and I can spend 2 gold to get rid of them, and if I don't, and I accrue 3 or more, I can't enter Dimara till I get rid of some of them. So they're kind of just economic speed bumps. But they're not as bad. In the shadow mode of the competitive game, they cost 5 gold to get rid of. So they're a bit easier to remove in the solo mode, thankfully. Okie dokie. So what we're going to do now is to tick him up. What is it? What did it say here on the card? Is it 7? 7 victory points. Okay. So he's on 0 currently, and this little guy is going to go up here to 7. Scary stuff. Alright, so now, I haven't seen this. What's next? Okay, so this means he moves to the village closest to my character. This is a bit of a bummer because I'm currently in a village, which means he moves to my space and does battle with me, which means he's probably going to steal one of my items from my capital, because I probably won't win this battle. I only have 2 power. So this is a real bummer, but I probably won't even play this card, to be honest, because I don't think I can win. But we'll have to see how that resolves. I don't know. Anyway, so he's moved to my location, so we actually have to battle now. So this battle is going to happen immediately, and the way this works is, and I'll show you the card we're resolving here as an example, but what we've got here is... Oh, and I haven't looked at that bottom part yet, actually. But what we've got here, actually, in the bottom right, is this battle combat power battle card figure. So I'm going to have to draw a random card off the top of his deck, and I'm going to draw that many battle cards from this deck and sum their total values. Now, these cards range anywhere between 1 and 3, I think. 3 being the best, but he can draw anywhere between like 3 and 6 of them. So obviously, if they average 1 or 2, and he draws 3, he's going to be, and he draws 3, which is low. He's still looking at 3 to, I mean, realistically, I don't think my 5 is going to cut it. So I think I might just have to cut my losses here. The attacker wins ties as well, so I'm pretty sure this is a lost cause. So I'm not going to play my battle card, which I have to decide first. In the competitive game, players play their battle cards face down simultaneously. But in the solo mode, I have to decide before drawing this card, or looking at this card, how many of these I'm going to play. So I've elected to play 0. I've written this off. I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose a gold, which is kind of okay. I'm going to lose an item, which really sucks. I guess I'll have to give up a relic, which really sucks. But, you know, this is sometimes what happens. So what do we got here? 3. Oh, it is a 3. I swear to God, if he gets less than 5, I'm going to be so upset. There's zeros. I forgot there were zeros. 1, 3, 7. Okay. That's, I feel somewhat relieved. I mean, I've been defeated, but as I predicted. So, now, when you're defeated, a bunch of stuff happens. Here in the solo mode, I lose an item, I lose a gold, and I have to move my character to an adjacent location. And somewhat counterintuitively, I actually don't want to go to healing fountain, because I'm going to have to move off it, move back onto it next turn in order to trigger it. But I think now is the time to look at the rest of this card and see if we can make some decisions. But first off, here's my gold, and I'll decide which item I'm going to lose in just a minute, but I think it's probably the relic. So what's he going to do after this? Pay 1 hit point and 2 gold when your hero or lost souls move to a location within range, and then receive 3 curse tokens. Okay, well his range is 1. So that really blows. I'm quite far away from anything useful. So I know what I just said, but I've changed my mind and I've come up with a plan, and I'll explain this plan in just a minute. But basically I can't stay around him because I'm going to have to pay a lot and it's going to suck. So I will actually retreat up here onto the healing fountain, and I'm going to lose the relic because I need those gems. And I guess here are my 3 curse tokens. Now, can I pay money? Oh, I lost all my money. I could try to pay money to stop that from happening, but I lost all my money, so I can't, so I won't. We can't take any location actions till we heal, though. So actually, my plan is flawed, because, yeah, so I think actually we have to come out here. As annoying as it is, the only way for me to heal now is in here. It's just this kind of sucks because it's 1 hit point, and that's not enough. But at least we can pick up a bonus card, and these bonus cards are powerful. You can only hold 1 at a time, they're so powerful. So we'll get rid of his card here. We'll put out 1 new card to replace it. Actually, no, that's not true. This one drops down, and this one goes up here. There we go. We've done it correctly. And now it's actually back to my turn. So I'm going to tick this up to number 2. I'm going to throw the production die. Yeah, we can throw it down here. And it says yellow gems and up to 2 relics are replenished. So there's a bit more to this in the competitive game. Your opponents get to decide where the relics go. In the solo mode, I decide, because I'm the only one here. So I'm going to put it there, and I think that's the only one we picked up. We also didn't pick up any yellow gems, so I'm not going to replace any yellow gems. Now we get to do my income. And I'm going to get 6 gold plus 4, because I control 2 castles. Boom, 10 gold! And 2 more mana, so that goes up to 3. Okie dokie. And I guess our first move, we're actually just going to spend 1 gold here. And we're going to move into the Source of Life here. And when we enter the Source of Life, we get 1 hit point back. Boom. So now we can actually do things again. And we can purchase a bonus card. So we can spend, we have to spend 1 gold for the right to purchase them. And then we can draw 1 card for every additional gold we spend and choose 1 to keep. So I can spend upwards of 2, depending on how much choice I want to have. But do you know what? I kind of I'm very thrifty. I'm going to get in trouble for being so thrifty, but I'm going to be super thrifty again and just spend 2 gold to draw 1 bonus card. So let's go and have a look and see what it is. Trickster. Swap up to 2 completed magical barriers with incomplete ones. This is probably my least favorite one. So I guess I'm getting punished for being so thrifty with the gold. But you never know. I might find a use for it. We shall see. In any case, I can only have 1 of those, but I can use it and get another one, or I can come back and buy another one and swap them out. Now that I'm here, though, I think I should probably go and capture this castle. Just because that income is such a good way to do it, and he might capture castles away from me, and then I'll be sad. So we're going via a temple. I think we might as well get another... I haven't got a relic this turn, but I can use that action card. That's good. So let's go via this temple. So there's a gold to move, and let's grab another quest, because we're going to need so many gems, though. Where am I going to get all these gems? Big Bang. Have at least 4 already activated action cards. Oh, I've used one already, haven't I? God, I should have been keeping onto those. It's over here. Teleport. There we go. I've used teleport. So that's 1 of 4. Alright, well, we'll probably use another one in just a minute. So, I will now spend 1 more gold to move... Oh, I can't afford to take control of the castle. I don't have enough hit points. Darn it! Okay. New plan. We go back to the source of life and get another hit point back. This sucks. Should I maybe go somewhere else? Let me have a think here. I've got 4. So I could just walk over here and get healed fully, and then that's it. That's not a terrible plan. Yeah, okay, let's do that then. Here's my new plan. Kind of sucks because we don't get that castle, but we can't get it in a way that's not kind of bad. So, let's spend a point to move here onto the market. We might as well spend our card here to steal it. I know we're going to have the Lost Soul do this, but the quicker we spend these cards, the better a chance we have of completing this quest. And actually, we're not far off, because I'm probably going to spend this turn as well. Maybe. But yeah, so I said we need 3 greens, so we might as well nab... Oh, but we need reds as well. These are the ones we're going to do first. So let's grab the red crystal. And we can just steal it because we've played Corruption. The action card Corruption. Okie dokie. And then we're going to spend 1 gold to move in here. And we can spend our hit point that we got earlier to capture the fortress. This has the benefit of increasing our combat power by 2, which is great. It also gets us 1 glory. So we're making 1 step towards unlocking our first magical barrier here. Now we're all out of health again, but fortunately we've got 2 gold left, so we'll go down to 0 gold. And we'll park our butt up here in the healing shrine to go back up to full health. Now, I haven't managed to get a relic this turn. So I think what I'll do is I'll actually spend Magnet, which gets me a gold, and also a relic from the supply. And that means I can tick up my wizard skill tree here as well. I've now got a gold, so I could collect an additional relic. And I'm debating the possibility of doing that. Because I think I should probably wait till next turn. Yes, I should definitely wait till next turn. So I can get another tick on here. So I'm probably going to end my character's turn there. But let's do some stuff with our Lost Soul. Go 1, 2, to stand 1, 2 up to here. And pick up this yellow crystal. Now, I'm not far off actually. Stupid Mordred stealing my silly relic and ruining my quest. It's fine. I think we're going to have to end our turn here. I think we're all out of stuff we can do. And I guess it's his turn, number 2. Are you going to do the thing I thought you were going to do now? Nope, he's going to do something completely unknown once again. He's surprising Mordred this time. Alright, so what do we got here? 2 shadow power and 8 victory points. So that's up to 5. I don't like how close that is. We can do something about that. There's also all these sources of darkness. He hasn't actually activated one yet. He might do it in a minute. But I'll explain what we can do about that and what we can do about this. Using our sacrificial altars. Actually, well, we won't use those 2 because they're for different player counts, but we'll use this one down here for solo mode. And I'll explain all that if and when it comes up. But now he's going to get... What did I say? 9 victory points? 8 victory points? 8. So going up to 15 victory points. Not a massive fan of that. And what's next? Alright, so he's going to move 1 space towards the hero. Well, he moves like the Lost Souls. So he just moves between locations. And if it's equidistant paths, we can choose. So I probably would rather he go stand on this fortress than on this temple. But I think if he's moving towards me, it's going to be one of these two. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from me by the most direct route. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from me via the most direct route as well. So, yeah, so we can send him up here to this fortress. That's fine. Let's read the rest of his card, just in case that's not a good idea. Alright, once he gets there, if your hero is on a location within range 2, discard one item of choice from your capital. I'm not! And then activate the Source of Control. Oh, that's 6. Ugh. Okay, so what we're going to do now is activate the Source of Control. And we can... now I will explain the Sources of Darkness. So these are all horribly bad things that he's going to do. And I'm going to have to slide this a little bit up so I can show you where the Source of Control is. It's here at the bottom. So these are powers that he's going to turn on. And he only needs one relic to activate this. I'm going to need to get rid of that. And I can turn that off by using the sacrificial altars. Let's see what it says and see if I need to worry about this right now. It says, at the end of the Shadow's turn, the Shadow player randomly chooses a card held by any clan hero player. That player must discard that card. Well, I can only assume I'm going to have to do that right now because it is in fact the end of the Shadow player's turn after this. What a bummer. But what I can do is I can sacrifice things to the sacrificial altar. And for every thing I sacrifice, I get to put out a little token. And when the tokens match the numbers, and the numbers are 2, 3, and 4, at any time the stack matches a number, so starting at 2, I can give these up, and then I count the candles beneath the number. So if I give up 2 tokens, I get 1 candle. And for each candle, I can either remove 1 item from this board or take this back 1 space. And if I happen to remove an item from one of the sources of power, it turns it back off. So I probably really want to do that, but it does mean for now I'm going to lose a card from my hand. Probably one of my nice quest cards that I have to do. So, how many cards have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's not one of these that I want to lose. I was kind of making plans about having them all, so sucks. We're losing one of the quests, one of the treasury quests. I mean, I guess they were duplicates, but that was also an easy sort of win, so that's kind of a bummer, but never mind. Not to worry. Okay, and that's the end of his turn, so it's back to me. And we're now halfway. Well, this is at the end of this turn, it's going to be halfway through the game. Uh-oh. So that's a reroll, so I can reroll this die if I want. In the solo game, there's no reason not to reroll it. So this is for production, like I said. So black means nothing produces. So we're not going to get any production this round, but that's kind of okay, I think. I mean, I guess I would have liked a green or a blue gem to come back to these mines, but I'm not particularly worried currently. So I'm going to get 10 gold. But I actually can... I'm on 1, so I go up to 10, and I get a silver. I'm also going to get 2 mana, so I'll go up to 3 mana. Damn, I should have captured this village. I don't know why I didn't capture this village. I had a plan to capture it. I didn't have the money. Okay, that's fine. So now we need plans to go and capture that castle, I guess. And finish off our quests. So we're going to unlock Rush this turn, which is nice because it lets us travel between 2 locations for free, which is great. So we can get a little bit of money off there. Alright, so we need 2 more relics in order to complete the treasury quest. And 1 more action card to do likewise. I don't know where I'm going to get the 3rd relic from. Because this guy got in the way and took away one of my relics. Oh! I forgot to do his cards. Very quickly, this moves down. We get a new one up here. Boom. Done. Okay. And so... I'm kind of struggling for a plan here. I'm going to have to get rid of those curse tokens. At least, well, one of them. And I want to get rid of that source of control. So I need to save some gold for that. Maybe it's better to just do that first. No, because if I go to the castle, I can get more gold, and that's better. Okay. We'll spend a gold to move up here and grab this relic. That makes sense to me. We get to tick on our tracker here. We've unlocked the rush ability, which is great. And maybe we go via the village, because then we can capture a village. We could capture 2 villages, actually. Although, do I care about capturing 2 villages now? But also, if I don't, then... So, there are 2 village cards for the mages. There are a lot of other village cards that all do kind of cool stuff, but I'm looking specifically at these ones. So using a portal is free is great. Receive 3 mana at the beginning of your turn, also great. If the attached, if you're attacked, pay 2 gold to retreat. It's not all that important, although it would have been nice earlier, but I didn't have the gold, so it wouldn't have mattered. This one, on the other hand, at the beginning of your turn, pay 3 gold for a relic. That's after income, so that's pretty good. You can only do it once. So both of those are quite nice. So maybe I want to go and capture those villages. The main reason the free portal movement is good, actually, is because all these portals they all connect, so we can warp around the board using these portals, which is helpful. But you have to pay a hit point every time you do. The big thing is that you have to use one of these portals to reach the Nordic portal up here, which is how we're going to get onto the route to Dimara when we're ready. And that 1 hit point can be a big deal, because you need 7, 8 hit points to get through all these barriers if you haven't completed any. And I only have 5, so I can't do it. And reducing this cost even is valuable. And I guess if we go around this way, we can capture this fortress, and that gives us some more glory, and it also gives us more combat power. And then maybe if we go fight him, we can get more glory, especially if we have this to get 2 more glory, and that's a magical barrier. So I think it could all be coming together. So let's pay a gold here to go up to this village, and then we pay 2 gold to capture it, so we're down to 6. We get to put a little banner out, and we get to take one of these. I guess let's take the receive 3 mana one, because mana is great, and we can start accruing that immediately. We're going to use our rush ability here, and I'm just going to mark it over there like that to show that I've used it. That's just helpful for me. To move up here, we'll pay a hit point to capture this fortress, which gives us 1 more glory over here. And then, I guess we're going to capture... Oh, I should save my rush ability. Actually, no, do you know what? I'll pay the gold. I'll tell you why, because that's expensive. So, I've paid that gold. Now we're going to pay 1 more gold to move into this village. If I pay 2 gold to capture it, I'm actually going to just about pull this off. I didn't think that would work out, but it did. So 2 more gold to capture it. And we can have this other village card here. And then we can use our rush ability to rush down here. And our last gold, boom, to move into here. And then we've got 2 hit points to capture the last castle. And hey, that's pretty good. We get 2 gold back, and we get to draw an action card. You may place your hero on a village or a relic location. Okay, that's interesting. Now, what's also interesting is if we use this, we can actually complete this quest, because we will have used 4. Now, I'm torn. It's quite... I mean, I've made great progress around the board capturing stuff. I've captured lots of things. These are all my banners. I did play purple because I like mages. It was possibly not a great idea because their banners look very similar to the shadow banner, unlike the green and the red ones, which would be much clearer for you guys to tell apart. Sorry, I just wanted to be wizards. Sorry. But the thing is, this ability here, not too bad. He's going to move 2 away from me, so this I don't mind about. Oh, the source of control, that's right. We need to sacrifice some stuff. Yeah, we want to do that. It'd be nice to do shadow power at the same time. Okay, so we've also lost this quest. So here's the deal. 1, 2, sacrifice 2 gold, gets us 2 tokens on the sacrificial altar. Then, yeah, because this guy needs to get us green crystal now. We don't even need the red crystal anymore because we don't have the second quest with the red crystal on it. So I think, of course, we could get that purple one. But we don't need the red one anymore, though. Yet, but we could get another quest card. But I didn't buy it because I couldn't afford it when I was at the temple, and I couldn't afford to get to the castle. So if we give up one more of these, we get an additional token out here. I think we give up one more mana, get a 4th token. Because the 4 tokens let us get 3 steps. So now that we've maxed out, we're going to have to trigger this. So we remove our 4 tokens, and because we had the most tokens on the board there, we get to remove a curse as well. In the shadow mode, there's some contention here because y'all can contribute, and whoever has the most gets rid of curse tokens, whoever has the fewest gets a curse token. But in the solo mode, I just get to get rid of one because I have the most tokens. So that's something I've interpreted from the shadow rules. It's not explicitly spelled out in the solo rules, so that might be subject to change. But because whoever has the most tokens when the sacrificial altar is triggered in the shadow mode, I'm going to do it here in the solo mode and get rid of one of those. Because I'm playing on hard and I need all the help I can get. But maybe Balash will let us know in the comments whether or not that's correct. The point is, now I've got 3 movements here because there are 3 candles under the 4. And so we've only got 1 token to get rid of, which is the one down here on the source of control. So that's 1 of our 3 candles done, and the other 2 are going to be spent knocking this back down because darkness cards suck. And then we've got 1 mana left, so I guess I'm going to move our little guy up to here just because he can't do anything on this mine that's useful anyway. And here he's near the red crystal and he's near the green crystal, and we can come up with a plan for him next time. This card I'm not worried about. So I am thinking about whether or not I'm concerned being this close to Mordred, but I'm feeling quite good because, yeah, I don't know why I said that fortresses are +2 combat power. They're not. They're +1. So I'm feeling better about the fight anyway because I've got 3 + 2, which is 5, plus 2 more, which is 7. 7 is okay. Still not great. So do I want to stay here and do a fight with him or not? I'm just thinking if he moves like a space towards me, you know? Or I could just literally get out of here and go get another relic. Then we could complete a quest. Maybe it's better to just do that. Of course, he does have cards in here that undo completed magical barriers, which could be devastating. But if he takes away our stuff, that's also the same thing. Ooh. I guess the question is, do I want to be here next turn? Or do I want to be somewhere vastly different? I could get so far away. And then I could just use a village to get our portal. I could go next to a portal and get basically anywhere other portal on the board. No, do you know what? Because I think some of his cards move him away from me and he captures locations. So if one of those comes up, I'd like him to move away. So if we fight, we fight. I guess it's pretty bad, but we'll see what happens. So that's it. I'm done. Shadow turn. Let's see what he does. Hey, it's the black card. We know what this is. That's fine. I'm not upset about that. That's good. This is a good thing. So he's going to get 2 shadow power and 9 victory points, which does suck, actually. The good thing I actually got rid of that shadow power, because that would have put him on 7. Yikes. I might even need to do that again. We've got 9 victory points over here, which puts him on 24, which is a lot. Then he's going to move 2 spaces away from me, which is great because I'm not going over there and I don't really want to go over there. So there are many places that he could go. I think I'm going to move him 1, 2 like this. And hopefully he won't do anything too nefarious while he's over there. Now it says here, you cannot perform a location action on a location within range 2 of him, which is fine. I'm not interested in those locations. Although there's a lot of fortresses there that would be useful. I can come up with a valiant attempt to get him. Yeah, maybe we'll just go pick up some more fortresses and then beat him up next turn. It says activate the source of frustration first phase. So this kind of sucks, I think. Which one is this? So first phase says completing a magical barrier costs +2 gold. So yeah, I'll have to get rid of this right away because I want to complete some magical barriers and I don't want to pay 2 gold every time I do it. So we just automatically populate this. The only real reason to have sort of costs on these is for the shadow mode of the game. In the solo mode, they just switch on and we can just remove one thing to switch them off, which is fine. Okay, and that's the end of his turn. Yes. So these two are going to move down. A new one comes out, and that also means that this one flips face up. It says +3 victory point, +3 shadow power, +5 victory points. He's going to move 2 spaces away from me again, and then he's going to charge me whenever I move around him, and he's going to uncomplete one of my completed magical barriers. That sucks. We can turn that off using one of Arvel's blessings. So let's see if we can maybe prepare for that. Cancel the effect of an event number 2, 4 gold, or give him 6 victory points. I might consider giving him 6 victory points just to turn that off. But we could also pay 4 gold, but well, let's see if we have it. Let's see. This turn, I'm tempted to just go beat him up. And it is my turn. So let's advance this. So this little symbol here means we refresh the market. We did pick up a red gem from the market, so we have to put that down. We actually reset it to its starting situation, but it's basically still there already. And then I'm going to roll the production die and see what, if anything, is restored. It's yellow! I keep rolling this. So, there's only one yellow face on this die. So, here comes a yellow gem. All the yellow mines are restored, but that's the only one I've visited. And then we're going to put out 2 relics. I do think... Are there 2 empty relics? There's definitely 1 empty one here. That might be it, though. I think that's it. I think all the other relics are there. Oh, if I spot one, I'll put it out. But that's that. And now it's my production. So I'm going to get 12 gold. We'll go up to 10, and then we'll take our silver up to 13, because I control the 3 castles. We're also going to get 3 mana, so this is going to go up to 3. And that's the end of that. Now, it does occur to me that if I do want to battle him, maybe I should heal. He's blocking it. He's blocking the healing thing. Oh, I do have my teleport scroll, though. And I have Rush. Get around more cheaply. Okay. So let's start by dealing with source of frustration, because that's a problem. So we're gonna have to sacrifice some gold, I think. We'll give up 3 gold, so we go down to 7. Now let me have a think here. What's my plan? I'm actually kind of okay. So what have I got here? I can do both of these this turn if I collect 1 more relic. And I can warp to a relic with this. So actually what I could do is I could walk down here, get another quest. That's 3 gold. Walk down here, 4 gold, and capture that. So I'm back to 1 hit point. Then I use this card to teleport to this village. Then we rush in here for full health. We're on 6 gold remaining. So then we can spend 1 gold to move into this portal. Come out here, 1 more gold. So 5 gold remaining. And we can capture this, which gives us another glory and another thing. 4 gold remaining, did I say? And then we go up here for 2. But now we are really broke. And oh, we could have spent. We can have 2 gold back because we can spend silver here. So we spent silver here. So now we're back to what, like 4, 5, 6 gold remaining. So we spend 3 to go and fight him, and that leaves us with 3. So yeah, I think that's fine. So let's spend 3 gold. Get 3 tokens up here. Blah. Trigger this. We can remove 1 curse. We can take this back down by 1 and remove one of these things so that the source of frustration is turned off. And now we are going to spend a gold to move in here. And 2 silver to draw another quest card. What could it be? Despotic, you have at least 3 silver. Well, I did until right now. That's fine. Okay. And then it's 1 gold to move into here. And we spend our remaining hit point to capture this. Blam, which gets us a glory. Boop. Great. And then we've got to use our teleport. So we're going to spend teleport to teleport to this village, which we're not going to capture. Then we're going to spend our rush ability, so we're not using any 3 lines, so we might as well use it on a 2 line, to rush into here, restoring our full health. And then we spend 1 more gold to go into here. We can use this for free thanks to our village card. We don't have to pay the hit point. We can use the portal to go up to here. Then we spend 1 more gold to go into here. And then we conquer that, which gets us a glory and puts us up to here. And now we can go and conquer a barrier. And when you conquer a magical barrier using glory, you can conquer any of them. And I think that we should take this one. Because when you complete a magical barrier using gems, you have to complete a matching magical barrier. So we're going to do a yellow-green in a minute, and a red-green. So we can do this one with the red-green, we can do this one with the yellow-green, and then this one here has this symbol at the bottom, which means you can complete it by sacrificing relics. So we can complete that by sacrificing relics, and that means there's only 1 barrier left, and it's the budget barrier, so that's good. That's a good thing. Oh, I need to have... No, I can give him 6 victory points to shut off his magical barrier thing. And I think I'm doing good for victory points. So I'm feeling good about it. Feeling good. So we can spend... How did I get to him? I don't remember. I've got 3 gold left. And I need 5. Where was I getting the additional 2 gold from? Oh yeah, I also have to spend a hit point and 2 gold when me or a hero moves within 1 of him. I'm not going to be able to afford that. So maybe we spend our last 2 gold, 1, 2, move up here and capture this relic, which is not within range 1 of him. It's 1, 2 away. And then I guess we might have to end our turn because I only have 1 gold left. I don't know how I was going to get to him. I can't remember that part of the plan. Maybe I just miscounted. But the other thing is... I didn't account for this. No, that's not his ability. Wait, it's the same ability, is it? No, you cannot perform a location action on a location within 2. Okay, no, so I can't grab this thing here. That was his... Oh, damn it. I got confused about which card I was activating. So. We can get to him then. But we can't get a relic then, and that means I can't complete this. But if we beat him in combat, we can steal one of his relics. And we have so many fortresses. How many fortresses do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're currently on 7, 8, 9. I don't love it, but I want to show you guys how beating him up works. So here we go. I'm going to spend 1 gold, go back down here into the portal, and can I come out of this portal? You cannot perform a location action on a location within range. I'm going to guess no, actually. I can't come out of that portal because he's shutting it off with his power. The portal location action is come out of this portal. So I guess I can't do that. Oh, silly Shadow Man shutting down our fun. Okay, now I don't know what to do. I need to get one more relic, I guess. We just go get a relic. Okay, fine. Here's what we'll do. We'll spend 2, move down here to this academy, and then we can spend a hit point to draw a battle card. It's always useful to have more battle cards and get additional blessings, options for blessings. Take a relic. Oh, that's great. That's useful. So we can have 1 blessing after combat. No matter how many cards we play, we have to select a blessing from one of the cards we've played. So this one's probably still maybe better because it gets us 2 glory, which is very close to another barrier here, but this one gets us a relic, which we might need to complete the relics thingy. Final gold, move down here, grab this relic, which gets us this level up to here. And now we can activate Charisma as well, which gets us 1 more gold in the income step, and also, which is going to be clutch to getting our silver quest completed, but it also lets us complete relic barriers at a reduced cost. Do you remember I said you could spend relics to complete a barrier? This lets you complete the barriers for 4 relics instead of 5, which is super useful. So, with that in mind, I've now got 3 relics, and I've played 4 action cards, and so let's go ahead, and we need a green thingy. So we go 1, 2, down here, send our little Lost Soul 1, 2 over to this mine here, and pick up this green gem. And now we should complete these 2 quests. So we spend these 2 gems here and here to complete this one. It says have at least 3 relics. We do have 3 relics, so that's doable. And the other one says have played at least 4 barrier cards, which 4 action cards, which we have done. So we've done both of those. So we spend the things. We can put out 2 of these. They have to match the colors as I described. So we've got 1 green, red, so we could go here or here. So we're going to go here into the red slot, and the other one's yellow, green. We'll go here into the green slot with that, leaving us with just 2 more barriers to complete. We don't have to complete them all, but that's still helpful. So I'm going to get rid of all these gems that I've spent, and that is done. So these are going to be discarded as well. And I think that's the end of my turn. I think that's all that I can do. So, yeah, feeling pretty good about it, though. Oh, shit, I need this gold one back. I could go get the purple one, I guess. That's fine. I control a lot of this board. Please, please, please don't take it away from me, Mr. Shadow Man. Evil Shadow player. Here we go. It's his turn now. Oh, that's the black one. No, it's not. It's the green one. Of course it's the green one, because it's a green screen, and that's why it was invisible. Alright, what we got here? So, he's going up 2 shadow power and 6 victory points. So, this is going to take up from 4 back to 6. Good thing I keep putting that down. And this is going to, what did I say? 6 victory points? So he's going from 24 up to 30. That's a lot. But I'll have more than that if I complete these barriers and things, I think. So then he's going to move 2 towards me and capture all locations within range. I mean, that's fine, because 2 towards me is 1, 2. And then he's going to capture everything within range 2, which is just this. I mean, he got lost on the outside of the board. What's he doing? 1, 2. And actually, I quite like it when he captures the fortresses, because then I can go and take them back and get another glory. Of course, what I don't need is... well, he doesn't get any tougher. In the competitive game he would, but in the solo game he doesn't get any tougher for capturing my fortresses. I just get weaker, which is, I guess, fine. God, that's a lucky break, because if I'd been, you know, in the middle here somewhere, and he'd moved towards me in here, and captured my castles and stuff, that could really upset my economy. But thanks to capturing all 3 castles, like with that lucky break teleport earlier, I'm doing okay. But then it says, receive 3 curse tokens at the bottom here. So that's less than ideal, because I've already got 1 still. So, not to worry. We'll just pay gold to get rid of those. And I think that's it. I'm going to discard his card. Well, that's the last card anyway. So this one's going to tick down. We're going to get 1 more coming out here. I'm going to move this up to round 5. And I'm just thinking, like, maybe... Yeah, I'm going to get my income, which is 12, plus 1 for charisma, 13. I'm going to go up to 10 here and get 3 more here, going up to 4. That's outrageous. And plus 3 mana as well. Oof. That's really good. I think we should go and kick his ass in combat. I really do. I've got so much money, I could actually just win the game, though. I mean, you have already seen the combat we did earlier. It wasn't great because he kicked my ass, but I think you get the idea of how it works. Now I've got a bit more stuff. But let's have a think here. Well, the problem is we need gold. But we don't need all that much gold, because the thing is, I could go into this portal and then use it for free to travel here. That's 1 gold. 2 gold up to here gets me this thing. And then I've got 4 relics and I can complete another barrier. I can actually spend 3 mana to send this guy up to here, collect that, and complete all the barriers. Yeah, I can totally just win this turn, so I think maybe we should just play it safe and do that. You know, I just don't want to tempt fate by messing around, and then, you know, I lose. That would be dumb, wouldn't it? So, I'll show you. We'll spend 1 gold to move to this portal here, and then we get to move to this portal for free, thanks to... Oh, do I have enough hit points? Yeah, I won't need any hit points. I get to move to this portal for free, thanks to this village card I have here. Then we spend 1 more gold to move into here, and we collect this relic. We've got 4 relics. We can trade them in to complete a barrier with an open relic spot. So we can take this one and put it out here, because there's a relic spot below it. Now I've got 1 more barrier that happens to be yellow, which serendipitously just happens to coincide with the 1 quest we've got. So what we'll do is we'll drop 3 mana over here. We go down to 1, which is expensive because there are points at the end of the game, but 1 point, like you can see, is not like a huge amount, but we're going to have way more than 30. So I'm not too worried about it. And then our little guy will go 1, 2, 3 up to here, collecting the purple gem, which is wild. And that comes over here to our capital, but that's fine because we've still got 4 silver. So what this means is that we can complete this using the wild gem, and so that's fine. So we put the purple gem back, these are done, and we've completed every single magical barrier, which means we can actually now just spend a gold, move into this portal, come out here, then we have to spend 3 gold to move along here. That's fine. We've still got so much gold. We just go 1, 2, 3. Then we get to travel all the way to Dimara. That's it. Easy peasy. Now you do it. But actually, have I won? I think I've won, because he's got 30 points, which is quite a lot, but we're going to get 17 just for having entered Dimara. And there's another 30 points just here for having completed all these barriers. There's 6 here as well. Now remember, you won't get these points along the top if you haven't actually completed the magical barriers. But because I happen to have completed them all, that's 36, 46, 43. I also get like a point for every flag on the board, which is like 8 points. So that's like 51. I get a point for this mana, 52. So lots of points overall. So we did it. We saved the world. And that's a big relief, you know, because I live in the world and I don't want anything bad to happen to it. So that was a demonstration. Obviously, I'm playing on rush mode here. You can play a longer game. You'll have more magical barriers to complete. You'll have to pursue... Oh! I haven't won yet, guys. Haven't won yet. The curse tokens. Now, not to worry, because I just need to go down to less than 3, and they cost 2 each. Look at that. 4 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is unbelievable. Yeah, wow, that worked out perfectly. Amazing. So, almost messed up. If I hadn't had that goal, I might have had to wait another turn out, and then who knows what could have happened. But I was just quite lucky there, because I managed to capture all the castles, and Mordred couldn't get in and steal them away from me, thanks to the cards that came out. But it could have been very different. Anyway, that's the solo demonstration. I hope you had fun checking out this Legacy of Thracks playthrough. There's a lot of rules overhead going on here that I've come to know very well, but if you want to know more about these rules, I've done a full comprehensive breakdown. You can find the video on the channel. You can probably also find it on the Kickstarter page for the game, if the campaign's live at the moment. If you're watching this in the distant future, then I guess check the description for any useful links, or you can still find that rules video, but well, we'll just have to see what the future holds for Legacy of Thracks. But I hope you've enjoyed coming on this adventure, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye for now.